I began this class with very little expectation. I figured that it would be a boring and unchallenging class and just a stepping stone towards my pursuit of my chosen major. I couldn't have been more wrong. This class challenged me in many ways and brought out a part of me that I didn't know was there. I've given many speeches in my life, both professionally in the workplace and in the sports world to my various teams. Uh, but now I feel armed with knowledge of this semester that I can take my game to the next level, so to speak. In this presentation, I will break down the various ways this class helped me to understand myself better and how I'll use this knowledge in the pursuit of my educational and professional goals. Let me begin with my weakest skill, listening and responding. Even though I have been told that I am a good listener, I know better. I'm usually just waiting for them to stop talking so I can start talking. I feel now, after reading chapter 5 in our text, Communication, the Principles for a Lifetime, by Stephen and Susan Bebe, that I have a much better understanding of the importance of listening to your audience to better understand them and therefore a better chance of relating to my audience. Um, for example, in my line of work, I have to listen to my customers or at least pretend that I'm listening to them or understanding what they're telling me, when in most cases I know exactly what their problem is and I just want to get to fixing it. But I know it's important to listen to them, if for no other reason to let them get it off their chest so they feel better, and also so they feel better about me in the respect that I at least took the time to listen to them. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about the skill I'd like to develop more: enhancing group and team performance. I learned a very good lesson in the group project this semester, and that is the importance of establishing good communication in a group as early as possible. Um, in this semester, in our group project, no one really took the leadership role. None of us had had any experience in a collaboration, but no one communicated that early on in the group, um, until our group was already in kind of disarray. I feel like I should have stepped up as having been a manager or a leader in some aspect throughout my life, and kind of set some structure to the group early on, finding out what people's schedules were, when were the best times for each group member, and not just sitting back complacently waiting for someone else to do that. So that was a big lesson for me, in this semester, and one that I hope I will never let happen to me again. In conclusion, I certainly learned much more this semester in this summer class than I could have possibly covered in one 4-minute presentation. One of the ones that One of the parts of the text that I really enjoyed was, or I really thought was a good chapter, was the one about nonverbal communication and body language and how important that is, and how you can kind of get a reading on someone without even listening to what they're saying so much. That was a good chapter. And then, but for me, for what I know about myself and my own personal faults, I felt like the listening and responding chapter and the lesson I learned in our group dynamic about how to enhance the group and the team performance were two things that I feel, from my perspective, that I need to work on most as an individual. I hope to become a network manager for a sports medicine facility, or a hospital someday. And I feel like with the knowledge I've learned from this class and the things that I know I need to work on, that I'm much more confident that I can achieve that goal now.